Hey, what's up guys? Josiah. I know it's been a while since my last video, and I apologize that I haven't been really doing a whole lot on here recently, but school is coming to a close. I'm right in the middle of exam week right now, and I have 2 exams left, and then I should hopefully have quite a bit more time this summer to make videos. And real quick, I want to apologize if there's a lot of background noise, but there's construction right across the street, and right as I was starting to make the video, of course, the guys with the cranes powered up the crane, and they're doing their thing over there. So, again, I apologize for the background noise and the lighting. I just got back from my last exam, and it's a little dark out. But the reason I'm making this video is because I picked up an item at Best Buy yesterday, and I didn't have time to unbox it then. But hopefully this will be making my videos quite a bit higher quality. And for those of you who follow me on Twitter, you'll know I mentioned something about it yesterday. But it is the Canon PowerShot SD960, and this is a 12.1 megapixel camera with 720p high definition capture. It's got a whole bunch of other features. I'll go ahead and list those off as I'm unboxing it. But I also picked up a SanDisk 8GB SD card. So I think they said that this will hold about 120 minutes of high definition videos. So I'm pretty content with that. The first thing I wanted to mention is that I was looking at the box for my old PowerShot, the one that I had for several years ago, and I just sold it recently. If you compare the boxes, they're much different in size. You can see that there's much less wide. Even the thickness, they've really started to cut down on the packaging, and I think most of the electronics companies are really starting to cut back on packaging, more for environmental reasons, but also on the SD card. You can see at the very bottom there, it says now packaged with less plastic. And I think, like I said, they're starting to make a lot more moves toward being more environmentally friendly. So let's get to the unboxing. Like I said, again, this is a 12.1 megapixel camera and has a widescreen LCD on the back. I think it's a 2.8 inch screen. So the first thing we have here is warranty information, blah. Install CD. I assume this is Canon's imaging software. I'm going to go ahead and stick with iPhoto though. And eventually, I'm going to be probably picking up Photoshop CS4. I don't know when, but I can't afford it right now. Sometime down the road. This is the manual in Spanish. In Spanish. Awesome. Oh, okay. There's 2 manuals there. The other one, I guess, on the back would be in English. A little bit of cardboard here. And we have the camera itself. This thing is really compact. I was amazed when I was toying around with it at Best Buy. But as you can see here, it has a 4x optical zoom, which is still not quite a bit compared to like some of the cameras Canon's been putting out more recently. I've had like 5 or 6x, even like 10 or 12. But this does capture in high definition, so I don't think it's going to be much of an issue. If anything, I can just crop it and downsize it to like standard 640 by 480 video size. But you can see on the back here, it's a very large widescreen display on the back. Again, it is 2.8 inches. It uses Canon's Digic 4 imaging processor and a whole bunch of other stuff. I'll go ahead and go through more of the details on this as I start using it, and I'll go ahead and put out a review for you guys, hopefully sometime within the next week. But I want to go ahead and at least give you guys an unboxing of this. See if I can find what else is in here. A little bit of plastic. Here you have the battery charger. What I like about Canon's battery chargers is that they're very compact, but they also have like this little flip out outlet thing like that, so it literally just kind of locks in like that. So if you have to travel or anything, it's definitely very convenient. You also have, looks like the battery itself. And one of the main reasons I ended up going with this camera, not only for the image quality, because I think the resolution of a 12.1 megapixel picture is 4,000 by 3,000. That's huge. But the main reason I wanted to go with this is because my old camera only captured in, I believe it was VGA, or QVGA. It was 640 by 480. I'm not sure what the term is. And the quality was very good, but honestly, I think that with capturing in high definition now, it's going to improve the quality of my videos quite a bit. Again, this is your battery, and when you're charging it, you just set it in like that and see if this thing has any charge in it. Alright, so we have like this little port on the side here, and it does have an HDMI output port over there. It also has what looks like some kind of a USB connection. I'm assuming that's micro USB. I'm not really sure. Been so out of technology recently, I'm kind of a little bit disoriented. But yeah, and then obviously here you have your tripod mount right there. And this is where the battery goes. Canon really did a nice job when they designed this camera because they made everything aesthetic. It just seems like everything has a purpose. All the curves have a good, let's see, what is this? There we go. That is your battery hatch. Opens like that. Go ahead and pop the battery in. I'm not sure which way this goes in. That went in fine. Like that. Okay, we'll see if this has any charge. Your power button on top. It does. Wow, that was one of the fastest startup times I've ever seen. That was like a quarter of a second. So obviously here it's asking me to set a whole bunch of options. So I'm going to go ahead and set those up off video. And when I do the review, I'll definitely go through a little bit more of like the software that Canon included on here, or the firmware. The other thing was obviously the SD card. And hopefully this will be a lot easier to open just because I don't know why companies that package things with those thick plastic packages, they're so hard to get open, and I think it'll be nice using cardboard. Whip out my trusty little multi-tool here. And this was about $40 for the SD card. I think they gave me 10% off because I bought the higher speed card. Comparable, I saw a PNY SD card. They had them all the way up to like 16 gigabytes, but I really don't like going with the off-brands, especially with memory, just because I really don't want to run the risk of losing my files or anything. Plus, I'm going to be taking this camera with me when I go on vacation to France this summer. And I really want to make sure that I don't run into any issues there. Okay, so out of the package, there's the SD card, 8 gigabytes. And I think this is a 15 megabytes per second, so it's pretty quick. I think it should be plenty for, at least for capturing the high definition video and stuff. So we'll go ahead and turn this off real quick. Open the hatch and put the card in. Oops. And there you have it. So again, guys, I will be planning on doing a review for this, but I still have 2 exams I got to finish preparing for and get out of the way. So hopefully sometime this weekend I'll have time to actually film more of like an I'm back sort of video. But again, I apologize for the break in between videos recently. School has been a priority, but hopefully this summer I'll definitely have more time to do stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions about the camera, and maybe I can try to bring them up in the review, or I'll just try to answer them below. So yeah, again, thanks for watching, and I hope to talk to you guys soon. Oh, and one more thing, real quick, just based on first impressions, I wasn't really sure what I thought of the build quality of this camera when I was toying around with it at Best Buy, but now that I've had a chance to kind of move a couple of the buttons around and just toy around with it a little bit, I'm definitely impressed with the build quality. It is an all-plastic casing, which, again, I wasn't sure what I thought about it at first, but now that I've had a chance to kind of toy around with things, I'm definitely impressed with it. Another thing that I really like is that widescreen display. That is sweet. It's definitely good color, and it actually automatically adjusts the brightness of the screen to the light settings. So that's pretty neat. And I also forgot to mention, Canon did include USB cable and your standard audio in and out cables here. They didn't include an HDMI cable though, so I'm assuming you'd have to provide that yourself. And then one other thing, it also included a lanyard.